Sorry, I'm late. I literally, like... Well, now I'm just winking a lot. Hang on. Gotta clean my glasses. That's better. I literally, like, sat down at my computer and had everything set up to start, and then, like, my tummy hurgled, and I was like, uh-oh. I had to, like, hit go live and run. So I'm better now. But that's why it took me so long to get back here. Hi. Oh my god. I hope you all had a lovely weekend. Mine was pretty good. I ate a lot of yummy food. I've got a lot of yummy leftovers that may or may not agree with my tummy. But they're yummy, so I will suffer and enjoy every second. Hi, Emmy. We got Emmy, we got Aspera, we got Nella, we got B, we got Gem. We got Oops All Kobolds. We got Emily enabling subscribers only mode for like 2 seconds. I don't know what that was about, but that's interesting. But yeah. I had an okay day today. Work was light, like it was on Friday because a lot of our customers are off for Easter Monday. But the rest of the week is probably going to be heavy as far as workload, just because we'll have to catch up. Schemes will be here in a bit. Awesome. But that's really all I gotta say. All I gotta say today. So let's get started. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. My name is Kat. You were looking for chat only on your phone. That's okay. Remember, you've got mod powers. You can do funny little things. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. My name is Kat. I'm a VTuber, variety streamer, and a little fellow in your computer. I use she, her, they, them pronouns. You can use them interchangeably if you'd like. This is an 18 plus stream, so if you're under the age of 18, you can't be here. I'm sorry, you gotta go. You should read when it tells you that you have to be an adult to be here. Go back to reading school. I got a couple socials you can follow. I got a Twitter, I got a Tumblr, I got a Discord you can join. You can hang out at the Mount Moon Discord. We can talk about recipes. Right now we're talking about cookies. Peanut butter cookies. Aspera made some pretty good peanut butter cookies recently. They looked yummy. If you like what I do in any capacity, there are a couple ways you can support me, some of which are free. You can watch the stream, you can tell your friends, you can take clips of stuff you find funny, you can share those clips around, you can follow the stream and get access to a bunch of my emotes that you can use in chat. You can sub to the stream, and get access to even more of those emotes, and get me closer to getting you more of those emotes. That sounded a little redundant, but you know what I mean. You can cheer with bits. I got some alerts for that. And you can tip, of course. You can send a tip through the button in my description that says support the stream. You can click on it and it'll take you to a page where you can send me a direct tip. I get 100% of tips, and they're very much appreciated, but not required of you. Okay. You had a cookie and it was good? It was yummy? That's good to hear. Oh my god, at Easter last night, Jem's mom, first of all, bought all the food for Easter at Costco and got this fucking tuxedo cake. A tuxedo mousse cake. So it's like 2 layers of chocolate cake, and in between is a white chocolate mousse and a chocolate mousse, and like chocolate chunks and shit. And it was like, I ate a slice of it and I felt like my blood congealing. But it was so good. Oh my god. We took the leftovers home, so now I got the cake. It's such a whorish cake. All I can think about is the cake now. But I'm gonna need like 5 glasses of water if I eat any. So, and not for the stream. Alright, tonight We're playing more King of the Castle. I think we're gonna pick up where we left off with the same dynasty. We'll see. Sexual cake moaning. Honestly, that's how we all were yesterday. We can continue where we left off, even though I died. I'm interested to see how that's going to work. So without any further ado. Oh, wait, before I start. Hang on, I gotta find the, extension here. Here we go. So, if you noticed in my little chat box, some of us have pronouns by our names. If you would like that, if you would like, the community to know your pronouns and refer to you correctly, if they don't already know them, you can check out this little extension here for Chrome. You can type in your Twitch username and the pronouns that you want to use, and it'll let us know like how you want to be referred to in the chat, whether they're looking at chat on the computer or if it's in my little chat window right here. So it works on Firefox? Awesome. I didn't know if it was Chrome exclusive. But yeah, it's for a browser or my little chat box on my screen. So if you want to use that, go ahead. Okay, let's get started with King of the Castle now. Turn down this music. And change screens. So we have learned from the last time we played this that I need to read everything because the text is very small. And this seems to be a common complaint. It's not really something I can fix. It's kind of a really big accessibility issue. So I'm going to read to you all of your options. You are now prod noun. That's awesome. Let me refresh this. So it might work now. Hang on. Okay. Type something, baby. Hi, scheming. Oh, nope, there it is. I had to refresh the source, so there you go. It says they them by your little name in my little box. Okay, so we're gonna continue our game. I am going to explain how we're gonna move forward with this because I have to read everything on screen. Before all of the voting periods, I will read you your options. Do not vote until I tell you to, because you typing in vote A or vote B or whatever isn't gonna work until I start the voting. So you're gonna need to sit tight, hold on, until I read all of the options and what the stat changes are gonna be, because it might be hard for you to read on this screen. I can't make it a whole lot bigger. The text is super small. I'm gonna look at the options to see if there's anything I can do about this. Wonder if I change the resolution. Is that particularly easier to read? No. So that's not gonna work. Customization just lets me change my man, little guy. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna read you everything. You will make your decision when I tell you to vote. We will do this like civilized people. Okay. So let's continue our game. Oh right, it's Arnie because I'm dead. You found a Pan Pride flag at Goodwill? That's awesome. I am going teacher mode though. Okay. So what you're gonna do is type !join and then a pronoun. So just he, she, or they. You don't have to do he/she. So, or you know what I mean. And you will be automatically sorted. I think it remembers where you were last time. Yeah, see, Emily's in Chiefs of the North. It put you where you were last time. So poor Aspera. I guess, oh, I'm playing as King Arnie. Okay. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. But if you want to join later, that's what you gotta do. All right, let's go. All right, it's Emily too. Okay. Oh, the kingdom's treasury is only 1,500 because I spent a lot of money before I died. Interesting. So we're continuing where we left off, literally. That's cool as hell. It's like we're doing like a TTRPG night, you know? Yeah, that means you spent all your money, honey. Unless you want to start over, but I kind of want to see where this goes. Alright. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from Queen Cat, rest in peace, but you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. What? But it's my coronation. This isn't an absolute monarchy, Your Majesty. Everything has to be run past a council vote, even this. Shall we call the nobles in? Okay. Here are your options. A. Hold a pagan northern ceremony, because our King Arnie is of the north. He is pagan. B. Proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the ninth god. The ninth god is like the more common deity that more people worship. 3. Throw the king into the river. D. Outdated tradition. There's no need for a coronation at all. Okay, so as the king, I am going to veto selection C. You cannot throw me into the river. So, to go over again. A. Pagan ceremony. B. Religious ceremony that honors the ninth god. D. No need for a coronation at all. And vote. Exclamation point vote and the letter that you would like. My air died, didn't they? Wow, you guys are... Yeah, they died. My baby! No coronation. My authority. It is decided. There will be no coronation. Authority is now dubious, so the authority stat is now 4 from 5. Would have been a waste of time and money anyway. The lack of a coronation bewilders the common folk, most of whom won't see your name or face until the new coins are minted. Your Majesty, you don't exactly have a palace anymore. You do, however, have lots of debris on some spectacularly valuable real estate. Yes, and whose fault is that? You pagan chiefs and your silly horn. Let's not sling blame. We just need to plan how we can rebuild. Okay, here's your choices. A. Build a perfect reconstruction of what came before. B. Construct a longhouse in the northern style. C. Cheap out on materials. D. The chiefs can fund the new palace. So, building a reconstruction is going to cost the kingdom 1,000 treasury, but increase stability and reduce authority. Building a longhouse will decrease the treasury by 1,000, increase authority, and decrease stability. Cheaping out on materials, we are out 250 gold, and the authority goes down. And the chiefs can fund the new palace. is minus 750 wealth, plus authority, minus stability. So, build a perfect reconstruction, construct a longhouse in the northern style, cheap out on materials, or the chiefs can fund the new palace. And vote. Okay. Looks like the chiefs are funding it. At least my authority will go up. Ha! You broke it, you bought it. Fine, we'll fund your new palace, your greatness, but we'll build it our way. Ooh, I seldom get the chance to work in the northern style. Log walls, fur rugs, roaring braziers. I'll draw up some blueprints. Some chief's wealth has decreased. So, Emily and, Scheming, and I think Nello, you will have lost money because you paid for the new castle. Rapid work begins on the new palace. As the longhouse takes shape, a wave of dread passes through the city. It feels like an enemy occupation. Stability is teetering. Authority is now credible. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. My wealth is still 0 from those dreaded lemon thieves. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Well... as a conqueror, I guess. I mean, I did conquer the castle. A warrior king is sure to be remembered fondly if he wins more battles than he loses. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall military as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Oh, end season. Okay. Our first season has ended. Avina? Wait, my wife? My wife? My fellow counts. In ancient times, the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false King Arnie wears the crown. What scheme should the counts pursue to overthrow the new king and place their preferred claimant, Avina, on the throne? Subterfuge. Lower stability. Ascension. Lower own faith. Possession. Lower own defiance. And I think only Aspera gets to vote. Alright. Subterfuge. She was always two-timing me. No! She's getting vengeance. This is sick. I like this. The counts plan to replace the king's advisors with their own agents. First, they must prove they're doing a bad job. To advance their scheme, the counts must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Kestrid. Chiefs of the North, King Arnie has abandoned the ways of our people. Put me on the throne, and I will stay true to our traditions. Oh god. What scheme should the chiefs pursue to overthrow the new king and place their preferred claimant, Kestrid, on the throne? Intimidation. Raise others' defiance. Prophecy. Raise authority. Hornblower. Lower all faith. And only the chiefs get to vote on this. And you have 9 seconds. Alright, prophecy. Raise authority. that'll work. The chiefs plan to raise an ancient northern prophecy. Before the new queen rises, the kingdom will be ruled by a mad tyrant. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must raise authority to 5 or more in 2 seasons. Uh-oh. Octavia. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Arnie. Something must be done. What scheme should the patricians pursue to overthrow the new king and place their preferred claimant Octavia on the throne? Doppelganger. Lowest defiance. Conspiracy. Lower treasury. Corruption. Lower authority. And only patricians of the coast can vote. Corruption. Interesting. So you and the chiefs are going to be, like, fighting over the authority. Cool. The patricians plan to turn the throne into a commodity that can be bought and sold at will. First, they must ensure that the rule of law is crumbling. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Okay. The monarch currently has no heir. That's fine. We can work on that. Was there another goddamn avalanche? A devastating avalanche has buried a mountain village within my domain. There were few survivors. I suppose the kingdom should lend a helping hand. The other nobles are under no obligation to help the North, but surely they will vote with compassion. So your options are A. Send financial aid. This will lower defiance in the chiefs, which is already at 0, lower our treasury by 1,200, and increase our wealth by 150. So I don't know who that's for. Oh, it'll increase the chiefs' wealth by 150. Instruct the Archbishop to lead a memorial for those lost. That will increase defiance and lower faith. Or say there is nothing to be done. Well, I'm vetoing the Archbishop thing because that went horribly last time. Vote. A or C. Financial aid or nothing. Damn. Nothing. The North is a hardy, self-reliant region. There's little complaint about your lack of help, or at least none that reaches your ears. Damn, okay. That didn't even have a negative consequence. For now. Your Majesty! This year we will be holding the Winter Feast in my clan hall. It would be an honor if you could attend. The Winter Feast? What's that? 10 days of drinking, eating, fighting, competing, drinking, signing, stamping, drinking, and drinking, Your Majesty. All will take place at the coldest time of the year, as the snows bury us in, but you won't need to wrap up warm. That's what the whiskey is for. I look forward to it. I can't wait. Winter Feast is a special time of year. You'll see. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. The chiefs with their most famous warrior heroes, the counts with knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, and the patricians offer their greatest gladiators, champions of the arena. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. You'll choose our northern warriors, won't ye, Your Grace? Don't tell me you've gone soft and southern already. I mean, Arnie seems to be pretty, like, he wants the northern guys. I'll make the arrangements at once. The warrior heroes arrive a few weeks later. They swagger in with big grins and bigger axes, belching and singing and roaring out unsavory jokes. One of your courtiers faints. End season. Oh, we get an auction now. Okay, so how this works is you have a certain amount of money. It's on the right here, but I'm covering 2 of them. That's because Oopsal Kobold and Scheming Miner have no money. So don't worry about it. Jem has 100. Emily has 150. Nello has 250. B has 300. And Aspera has 700. You are going to auction on these 6 properties. A, the monument will increase authority. B, the Thieves Guild will lower the chief's trade. C, the cathedral will raise the count's faith. D, the prison will lower stability in the region. E, the fortress will raise the patrician's military status. And F, the theater will lower our authority. So, think about which one you want so very bad. And then to vote, you're going to do !fund. !fund, then the letter of the thing that you would like, then the amount that you're pledging. So, remember how much you can pledge, and then toss it into the thing that you'd like. Alright, here we go. Lowering my authority would hurt the chief's case and help the patrician's case, by the way. Looks like we're getting a prison. Hooray! Okay, so the patricians have met their authority requirement, but there's still another season for that to, thank you. For I have my water right here. There's still another season for that to change. And the counts have lowered stability, but they've already met their requirement too. But again, that can change. Alright. Let's look for a spouse for Arnie. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men? Women? Or do you not mind? I don't think Arnie minds. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll set out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. It's an easy enough decision. You'll marry into the chiefs as we agreed before you took the throne, right? Right? We stand a by king. A by usurper king. Just like Zan. Your Majesty will recall the devastating avalanche that struck the north. Yes, I remember, a tragedy. The avalanche uncovered an ancient stone door embedded in the mountainside. We suspect it may be one of our ancestors' tombs. So fun fact, anyone can get pregnant in this no matter what gender they are. I mean, a baby comes from somewhere. It just came, we don't know, it just showed up. Some locals pried open the door and investigated within. They did not return. Okay, time to vote. A. Send a group of renowned northern warriors to explore the ruins. B. Send a team of scholars from Quail University. C. Order the tomb shut back up. I'm not gonna veto anything. So, A. Send the warriors to look. B. Send the scholars to look. C. Order the tomb shut back up, which is gonna raise defiance and is not cool. Vote. Scheming, your format was not correct. Exclamation point vote and then A. If that's what you wanted to vote for. There you go. Okay. You got a tie. Oh, I break the tie. Okay. Well, I feel like I'm gonna send the scholars. A team of scholars are sent forth to investigate, accompanied by a few officers of the watch to ensure their safety. You hope to hear back from them soon. Where is the other one? Here it is. Noble kidnapped. Your esteemed highness, the loyal and noble Lord Patrician Strategist 9 has been taken hostage. What would kidnappers want with him? It's some criminal organization. Those horrid miscreants demand gold and safe passage to Ashmead in exchange for Strategist 9's return. This is after he got turned into a fish. What should we do? A. Pay the ransom for Lord Patrician Strategist 9's release. This will lower defiance, lower our authority, and lower treasury. So that kind of plays into the Patrician's hands a little bit. Yeah, that depletes our entire treasury. B. Send the coast troops after the kidnappers. We have a 90% chance of that succeeding because of the Patrician's military. C. Ignore the letter. Vote. Oh my god. So, we're not gonna have any money now. I have no money! You arranged for the transfer with the outlaws. We're more than pleased with the deal. They are true to their word and released Strategist 9 post haste. He is shaken, but no worse for wear. Authority is now ineffective. Treasury is now 0. I need money! Can I tax you guys yet? Oh, God. Far to the north, where snows blanket the landscape and wolves howl in the night, chiefs uncover an ancient prophecy foretelling of the rise of a tyrant king and the warrior who will overthrow him. This isn't what the prophecy says should happen. Right. Wasn't there supposed to be a tyrant king? Something about drowning the kingdom in blood? Aye, keep your hat on. We're not there yet, but he needs a bit of encouragement, that's all. A few more executions, unjust imprisonments, that sort of thing. Then the prophecy will be fulfilled and Kestrid will rise. The chief's aim is to raise authority to at least 5. Yay, I can tax people! The patricians make 500 wealth selling snake oil that they claim cures scrofula. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. Okay, so everyone's got a little bit more money that I'm gonna take from you. I need money. If I tax one specific region, I get 400. I'll do a common tax. Oh, that didn't help me very much. Alright. On the verge of a rebellion? Already? Oh. Okay, so I didn't read this to you last time because I thought you could read it, and it came to my attention that you couldn't after the fact. If at any point that your team gets to a point where it can rebel, you have to vote to do so. So you need to type !rebel. Now, be aware that this is very risky and expensive and can backfire if you don't have a very strong military. So think about it. Okay. Eligible options. Let's make a date. I have found 3 potential matches for you. One eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. The Chancellor leads you to the Great Hall with it. They've arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Asgal, firstborn son of the northern scheming miner clan. He's your typical northern lad as far as I can tell. Big and loud and all the social graces of a goat, but means well. He's made himself quite wealthy with a series of shrewd investments. Had a bit of a controversy a while back to when his clan hall burned down. Apparently his peasants were to blame. My son is Emotep! Interesting. This is Desdemona, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Esperaticat dynasty. Help me. I'm not sure why the artist made her look so severe. Just a trick of the light, perhaps. Very pious young lady. The other counts think she's mad because she treats the peasants far too nicely. Intriguing. She's nice. And finally, from the coast, we have Petronella, the wealthy heiress to Lord Patrician Strategist IX's estate. She wasn't originally the heiress, but her elder sister had an unfortunate accident. She's also obsessed with the arena. All her friends are gladiators, and sometimes she even enters a fight herself. And she's recently been campaigning to improve living conditions in the coastal slums. Ooh. I like the sound of her. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions. You'll gain a lifelong alliance. I think I'm gonna go with the one from the east, Desdemona, because that lowers their defiance and they can't rebel anymore. Yay! Rebellion halted. The treasury is almost empty, Your Highness. Where the hell did it all go? I couldn't possibly say, Your Majesty. Perhaps you've been spending a little too freely. Apart from raising taxes, we have precious few options. I've got a thing for purple. I do! I was drawn to the purple. I can't lie. You can get a bank loan or sell off the crown jewels. Or perhaps we crack open some of your predecessors' tombs. Most were buried with piles of gold, or so I've heard. Sell the crown jewels, aka my balls. I'll wait until I have a kid first. These are all pretty bad. I own the Royal Mint, don't I? Make more coins! The Royal Mint begins churning out new coins, allowing you to pay off several old debts. I made 10,000 gold! Nothing bad will happen to me because of that. Bizarre news from the tomb in the north, Your Majesty. The scholars of Quail University have finished their excavation. Inside, they made contact with an army of warriors made entirely from ice. The frozen soldiers declared their loyalty to King Bjarnulf and asked to be taken to him. Who the blazes is King Bjarnulf? King Bjarnulf died 400 years ago. He was a king back when the North was independent. The Ice Warriors have trouble understanding this, though. What do you suggest? King Bjarnulf is interred in the Hall of Heroes in Wintergate. We could take them to see his skeleton? Perhaps that will persuade them he's dead. A foolish idea. We should break them apart to try to work out the magic that powers them. I did not ask you, Easterner. Here are your options. A. Take the Ice Warriors to see King Bjarnulf's skeleton. This would lower farming for the chiefs. B. Order your scholars to take them apart and see how they work. This would reduce military and authority. C. Seal them in the tomb for good. This would raise defiance. I don't know by whom. For whom. D. Tell them that the current monarch is King Bjarnulf. I don't know what that will do. Vote. Like, I can't imagine that going great. Oh. Well, that cinched it. Okay. Hope this doesn't kill me. When the Ice Warriors are told that their ancient King Bjarnulf still rules the kingdom, they accept it without question. They offer to serve the local northern chiefs as shock troops. They are powerful, dangerous warriors. Order the Ice Warriors to march south and swear fealty to you instead. Allow them to remain under the North's control. I like that, because I want the military good, so I will do that. The Ice Warriors are dangerous opponents. Good with a blade, untiring, and inhumanly fast. They'll prove a dramatic boon for the Norse military. Defiance is now loyal. Military is now unbeatable. Hooray! Far in the east, Countess Esperatacat is hosting a dinner party in her castle with a few distinguished guests. The kingdom's in great jeopardy and the council is calling for the king's inner circle to resign. We need to increase the pressure. If the king's in a weak enough position, he's got no choice but to bow to our commands. No more interfering spy master. No more marshal or chancellor or treasurer. A whole new inner circle, all made up of counts. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Which they already have. In a dingy seaside tavern, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Good news, my friend. The palace officials have been accepting my bribes. They're becoming more and more open to corruption. What are you getting in return? Oh, not much. A better seat in the council chamber, access to the king's rooms when he's out, that sort of thing. But the important thing is that the king's staff are getting used to selling their principles to the highest bidder. So what next? Palace staff are one thing, but the true prize would be the loyalty of the chancellor and the rest of the king's inner circle. To do that, we need to demolish their respect for the king. If the kingdom is in chaos, they will see the king as an incompetent fool, and be much more open to our bribes. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Oh shit! Ooh, reverse voting. Nobles must vote for their least favorite option, and the option with the least votes will pass. That's funny. I like that. Alright. Before we start this season, I'm going to go on a quick break. And I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll run some ads, get up, take a little stretch, get some water, do whatever you gotta do. And we'll be back soon. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm back. Wanna see me get married? Again? Hang on a second, I'm changing the, It's hot in my office. Is this the one who overthrew me in the... Yeah. So, basically when we hit continue, we can continue the story. So now I'm Arnie. Also, if you want to rejoin the game, Joe, you can do !join your pronoun. I play as my own murderer, yeah. You'll get sorted back into the counts. Like, you're still your character. So, it's super neat. Your wedding to Desdemona is, naturally, the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're still getting ready for the ceremony. Yeah, you can join whenever you'd like, maidens. You can join now if you want. And you just get automatic... If you haven't joined before, you get automatically sorted into one of the 3 regions that I preside over. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Desdemona at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. Wife king. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new wife, Desdemona, only dances with obvious reluctance. Okay, authority went up, stability went up. The North will not be any more defiant. Defiance for everybody went down. Awesome. By the time you find yourself alone with Desdemona, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. Neither of us asked for this union, but I assure you it can blossom into something of mutual benefit. That's a bit of a cold approach, isn't it? Not at all. This marriage is a business arrangement. Did I see Cat's widow among the Count's scheme? Yes! Yes, Avina is leading the scheme. No, it's my wife. It's my widow. She was never found among the rubble, so she is a character in this new, like, thing. It's really cool. Not at all. This marriage is a business arrangement. Or were you under the impression that this was true love? Can it be more than just business? If you want me to smile and simper and murmur sweet nothings in your ear, I can do so. As long as you give me what I want. What do you want? You head to your separate bedchambers. Perhaps you will draw closer in time, but for now your wife is happy to keep you at arm's length. Wink. Cool! She wants Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the taste only kids can see. Here's Countess Yu-Gi-Jo too. Our blood-red comet was spotted in the night sky over the east. Your Majesty. Oh, sorry. East, Your Majesty. Your Majesty! The peasants are claiming it is a terrible omen. The common folk are on the verge of panic. Is there anything I can do? Tell the church to dispel such baseless superstitions. I'll tell them there's nothing to worry about. Yes, so, unless you have the game, it re-rolls your appearance every time you make it, like, every time I start the game up. So, if you have the game, and you open it, you can customize your avatar, and if that's linked to your Twitch account, whenever you join someone else's game, your avatar will appear in their story. But if you don't own the game, it's re-rolled every time. But the game's only $5, so I'm really selling it. No, it's just peasants being peasants. It's $5, yeah. And you can play it like with couch co-op. You can just play it like at your house if you have at least 3 people. You can play it on a shared screen in Discord with up to 24 people. Or you can play it on Twitch with your chat, like I'm doing now. It's pretty cool. So saying it's just peasants being peasants is going to lower stability, but my other 2 options are a dice roll based on faith and authority, both of which are a 35% chance. Yeah, I would like to get, like, a group of my buddies together to play this. So that, like, we can have, like, more of an insular game and other people can observe. But I really would like to have, like, a big group to play this. I think it would be really fun. I floated the idea in a Discord server, but it was, like, really early in the morning and I don't think anyone saw it. Or they did and they ignored me. So I'll tell them there's nothing to worry about. You deliver a speech reassuring the peasants of the East that the comet isn't a good or a bad thing, just a thing. Probably the 9th god riding a chariot or whatever. So that lowered stability and lowered my authority. Awesome. Unfortunately, the peasants don't believe a word of it. The reassurances only panic them further. For a few weeks, the East is gripped by panic. Riots break out in the streets. Soothsayers wander the land, foretelling doom. Thank you. That really reassures me. I'm only as bad as the game makes me. Sorry, I have like the hiccups, so that's why like my voice is all over the place. Your Highness, we're being overrun! Not by sword and spear, mind you, but by hogs. A particularly virulent breed of wild Tavelinese hogs, to be precise. They terrorize our farmland and forest alike. They even attack our farmers when they're feeling particularly brave. The council must do something. Okay, here are our options. I'm going to read them so that you don't panic. A. Introduce a new species to prey on the hogs. This will cost 600 of the king's dollars. B. Leave this be. It's just nature taking its course. This will reduce the count's farming stat and increase their defiance. C. Call a great culling to deal with this. This will reduce trade and farming for the counts. D. Arm the farmers with weapons to fight off the menace. There's an 80% chance of this working because of the count's military stat. So... Is there one I want to veto? Or E, arm the pigs. I'm gonna let you guys just take this one. So, A, introduce a new species. B, let it go. C, call a great culling to deal with it. D, arm the farmers with weapons. Vote. And you vote by typing !vote and your letter selection. I know. You know where this can go? Oh god. I hope there won't be like 40 to 60 feral hogs in my backyard. No, see, that's the beauty of it. When the winter rolls around, all the gorillas will die off. Where'd my cursor go? Oh, here it is. The counts call on the reserves to donate any weapons they can. The military challenge succeeds. The farmers are delighted. With their new weapons, they beat back the encroaching hogs with ease. They beat their hogs so fast and hard that their defiance is now 0. They calm the hell down. Some even take to hunting the hogs for food, and the wild animals become a new staple of Eastern cuisine. Farming is now fruitful. They crank those hogs. They squeeze those hogs into submission. Okay, so the chiefs are still on stage 1 of their little plan. They have to raise my authority to get their prophecy to work. The counts are on track. They need to lower my authority to under 4. And that's working. The patricians are also on track. They need to lower the kingdom's stability. That sucks. Sucks for me. Anyway, what's the good word? Greetings, Arnie. Did the game remember your wife's proper appearance? I don't remember what she looked like. I think she had short hair. I think she does look how she did. But I don't remember her hair color is the problem. But I think it remembered what she looked like. Cat's a good provider and Widowmaker. I'm sorry! Greetings, Arnie. I've had an idea. Hello, new wife. Yeah, she had new armor. I think that's what was throwing me off. As I'm sure you know, my fellow counts have been shirking their religious duties a bit recently. Faith in the ninth god could certainly be higher in the East right now. Problem is the feeling of disconnection from the church here in the capital. But I think if the message came from one of their own, it might make a difference. You want to become a preacher? Not a preacher exactly, just an ambassador, I suppose, to show them what it means to be a faithful adherent of the ninth god. Will you give me your blessing? Go forth and bring the good word to them, my love. Wait. Won't that... Wait. My guys don't believe in the ninth god. But she's going to the east, so I think it's okay. Go for it. How delightful. I'll make the preparations immediately. Word spreads fast that the Queen Consort will tour the east. Thousands flock to the towns and villages where she plans to stop. Once she arrives, Desdemona gives a series of impassioned speeches to the locals, pleading with them to abandon their heathen ways. Faith is not steadfast. It strikes a chord. The Archbishop happily announces that church attendance is rising across all the region. Yay! Horror in the east! Your Majesty, a monster has been stalking my farms at night, smashing down the doors of cottages and feasting on the peasants inside. Sounds ghastly. Only a few have seen the beast and lived to tell the tale. The survivors tell a garbled story about gleaming fangs amid a mountain of blood-soaked fur. Oh. A. Send the Count's army to deal with the abomination. 55% chance of success, based on the Count's military. B. Offer a substantial bounty on the monster. C. This is no concern of ours. So the bounty will lower defiance, but that's not really an issue for me. C. This is no concern of ours, lowers stability and lowers farming. So I'm vetoing that. I don't like that option. Start vote. A. Send the Count's army to deal with the abomination. B. Offer a bounty. Refreshing. Okay. Yeah, the timers are really short in this game, so that's why I another reason to read everything before we vote, so you like know what you're gonna do. Offer a substantial bounty on the monster. The bounty is placed. Hopefully some enterprising monster slayer will claim it soon. Defiance can't go lower. Oh, blistering heat. Your Serene Highness, unfortunate tidings. Summer has been exceedingly hot this year. Citizens have been dying from the heat. The harvest will be poor, as you can imagine. Not my problem. Is there something I can do? Perhaps, if your august majesty and the council are willing. Oh my goodness. A. Force peasants to work through the summer. This will raise my authority, which is good for the chiefs. Raise defiance and lower stability. B. Encourage regional immigration to supplement the labor market. This will lower defiance but lower stability and lower trade. C. Mandate midday siestas. Lowers defiance, lowers farming, lowers trade, raises stability. This is a weird one, so I'm going to do reverse voting on this one. Nobles must vote for their least favorite option, and the option with the least votes will pass. Get voting. So vote for your least favorite option. A. Force peasants to work through the summer. B. Encourage regional immigration to supplement the labor market. B. Mandate midday siestas. Oh god! Okay. I tricked you. I wanted stability to go up. You implement special measures in the coast to account for the coastal climate. The peasantry are grateful, and in turn, so are the patricians. Though productivity dips, your benevolence is marked throughout the land. Stability is now teetering. I'd like a nap. I usually take a nap at my lunch break. I like eat while I work and then take a 30-minute nap. It's very good. Okay, we're gonna have another auction. I'm gonna move out of the way. Okay, maybe I'll just tell. Here, I'll remove myself briefly. Here is all of. Oh, great. Okay. Espera, you have 600. Your total is blocked by the chat. Maidens has 1,000 gold. Joe has 100. And Scheming has 200. And now I'll put myself back. Okay. So, yeah, they kept track of your money, Joe. So when we start the auction, you guys are going to bid on a building. A Major League of Washington documents apparently happened in Discord? You can't tell me that while I'm running a kingdom. Okay. So, the Grand Bazaar is going to raise trade over voice chat. Holy shit. The Grand Bazaar is going to raise trade for the chiefs. The monument is going to raise authority for me, which the chiefs want. So maybe you want to pay for that. I didn't start voting, Emily. Wait your turn. I'm explaining all the benefits. C is a fortress which will raise military for the counts. D is a theater which will lower my authority. E is an aqueduct which will raise the patricians' farming. And F is a prison which will lower stability, which I don't want that. Okay, now that you have your selection, you are going to type !fund, the letter you want, and how much money you want to put towards that thing. The 2 buildings with the top funds accrued will be purchased. Go! Emily and Joe have tapped out of their money. They have no money. Wow, you guys are mean. Yeah, get me that monument. All right, we're getting closer. Got the monument and the fortress. Hell yeah. We're still not out of trouble with the counts or the patricians, but we're getting there. Yeah, no, your money's gone now. But I think the next round is a tax round, so you will get some money, and I will promptly take it. Your marriage to Desdemona has grown stale. Oh, you get along well enough, and you've made some good memories together, but there's no spark. She cares more about the ninth god than your happiness. Oh god, what did I do? But spark or no spark, you still need an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. But something's still missing. You need an heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard. Or the youngest of your many cousins. My wife and I will have a child together. I'll just pretend it's religious. Okay. Dress like the ninth god so she can fuck you that way. I mean... Your Grace, you must have noticed that the kingdom's not exactly doing well lately. Not your fault, mind you. You're being led astray. By whom? The spy master, the chancellor, the treasurer, marshal, all these unelected figures whispering in your ear. Who appointed them? Can you trust them? What's the alternative? You need some Eastern counts to advise you. Your current advisors are blinded by notions of conventional morality. They lack the clarity of vision that we could offer you. I doubt the other regions will like that. Let us worry about the other regions, Your Grace. We'll bring them round. Just promise to think about what I said. A few moments after Countess Esperata slipped out of the throne room, your Chancellor barges in, looking flustered. Your other advisors follow behind. Your Majesty! The Counts have been spreading rumors about me! And your other advisors! Why would they do something like this? It's an attempt to turn the nobles against us. Trouble is, it's working. The council is demanding our resignation. I don't know how much longer we can weather this storm, Your Majesty. Not exactly in the strongest position. The council wants us gone. We'll be gone within the next few months, unless you do something about it. Call a vote and get the council back on our side. Okay. So, here are your options. A. Order the counts to apologize for spreading ugly rumors, which will raise defiance with the counts and my authority, which the chiefs want, don't forget. B. Launch an inquiry to prove your advisor's innocence. This will delay the count's scheme for 1 season. C is do nothing. I don't want to do nothing. So let's not do nothing. You can't do nothing now. So, A, make them stop. B, launch an inquiry and delay the scheme for a season. Vote. Stop voting B! Stop it! My authority! No! To your frustration, the counts provide plenty of evidence, most of it falsified, and bog the inquiry down with irrelevant details. For the record, I categorically deny drinking from my enemies' skulls. It doesn't even work. The wine dribbles out the eye holes. Listen, if I was skimming from the treasury, I would not be caught so easily. My embezzlement would be untraceable, damn it. By the end, everyone's more confused than before, and the rumors have only intensified, but at least you've slowed things down. You've hampered the Count's efforts. Their stat goal will not be evaluated until the end of next season. Yeah, that put the patricians ahead, but we're gonna deal with that right now. Your Majesty, I was recently accosted in the halls of the royal palace by noble patrician Vulcan chicks. Count your lucky stars, I have to deal with them all the time. Your Majesty, I'm pretty sure they offered me a bribe. It was subtle, but the offer was there. If they're bold enough to offer me a bribe, you can be assured the rest of your advisors have also been approached. Even the Chancellor? Even the Chancellor. Even the Marshal? Even the Marshal. Even the Treasurer? Especially the Treasurer. I'm awaiting words from my little birds, but my instinct is that you can trust the Chancellor. The rest of them? I'm not so sure. Even the Onceler? Especially the Onceler. We need to call a vote and see if we can stop this sort of behavior from becoming commonplace. Okay. A. Crack down on bribery with punishing fines. This would increase my money, increase stability, and increase defiance from the patricians. But increasing stability gets us out of the patricians' scheme. Like, it stops it. Send accountants to scrutinize noble patrician Vulcan chicks' books. Delay scheme for 1 season. Do nothing! Bribery is a necessary evil. Alright, you guys know what to do. Do not- come on now. How did I know you would vote for C? How did I know you would vote for C? Oh, thank God. Oh yeah, you're getting thrashed, patricians. Nobody wants a patrician win. As a result of the crackdown, nearly all the nobles in the council are implicated in some kind of scandal. That means plenty of coin for your treasury, but also plenty of resentment about the new laws. Oh, everyone's defiance went up, but only a little bit. It has to be 4 or above for you to rebel, so can't get me yet. End season. At the villa. Sitting on a bench outside a sun-bleached villa, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. You hear that? The screams, the shouts of dismay, the crackle of the flames? No, all I hear is the sea lapping against the harbor walls. Exactly. It's terrible. The kingdom needs to be in chaos for our plans to work. The king's advisors are happy with his rule. We can't buy their loyalty yet. Believe me, I've tried. The patrician's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less. Tax time. The counts discover treasure worth 500 wealth in a long-abandoned crypt. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. So everybody gains 200, and Aspera and Joe get 500. So look, you guys got some money. But... I could do a common tax and tax all of you 200. Or I could let the chiefs that have been helping me out so much spent all their money. float for a little bit and just tax the counts, which I'm gonna do. Teehee. Oh my god, it's Winter Feast. Hell yeah! After weeks of leading your baggage train across perilous mountain roads, you finally arrive at the snow-swept clan hall of Chief Emigami II. The hall is crammed with all the chiefs of the north, sitting cheek to cheek along tables groaning under the weight of food and ale. Welcome, your majesty, to my humble hall. Take a seat, grab a drink. It is customary at Winterfeast to exchange gifts with the host. What did you bring? Oh goodness. Some fine silk pajamas. Look at all this lemonade. I'm gonna give them a modest gift, so I'm gonna give them the axe with an emerald encrusted shaft. What extraordinary craftsmanship. Useless as a flagon full of seawater, of course, but certainly looks pretty. I'll make sure all the chiefs know of your generosity. Yay. Oh, that went straight to Emily. All that money. Oops. After that, the feast lasts long into the night. The fires roar, the bards sing song of the old days, and a lake of ale is consumed. A couple hours in, you are a little merry. As Winterfeast draws on, the snow piles up outside the doors. The mood in the hall turns raucous. Your memory is blotchy, but you distinctly recall leading the entire hall in song. The chiefs roar alongside you, full-throated as you sing the stirring battle songs of the north long into the night. Defiance is now loyal. The next morning, the chiefs are scattered around the hall, groaning and nursing their hangovers. Your own hangover isn't too bad. The thought of the voyage home makes you wince. You bid farewell to the chiefs and begin the long, perilous journey back to the capital. Hooray! Hey, look, hyperinflation. I think printing off that 10,000 gold was a bad idea. As you ordered, Your Majesty, the Royal Mint has churned out thousands of new coins using cheap gold-like metals. The treasury is technically replenished. I sense a but coming. But it's also devaluing the currency across the kingdom. A loaf of bread now costs 100 times what it used to. Hey everyone, search hyperinflation on Google. Don't do that! Something must be done. If this gets worse, our currency will be worthless. Ow. Oh goodness. Oh gosh! There's nothing wrong with this. Let it continue. This will lower my stability, trade, farming, raise defiance, and reduce my treasury by 8,000. 2. Or B. Adopt an entirely new currency and declare the old one illegitimate. This will raise defiance, lower the treasury lower everyone's wealth. Oh, you're all gonna lose all your money. It's gonna take out most of my money and lower stability. Oh my god, I've made a horrible mistake. Adopt a foreign currency instead. That's gonna lower my authority too. Well, I don't want that. So either we continue on or we adopt a new currency. Go ahead and vote. I made a boo-boo. Your money, well, yeah, okay, so you're just gonna hurt me. Alright. Fine. Fine. There's nothing wrong with this. I did make the mistake. Stability went to 0! Help! You stubbornly cling to your existing currency. It has your face on it. We can't throw that away. Stability is now anarchic. Trade is now desperate for the North. Trade is now destitute for the patricians. Trade is now struggling for the East. Farming is now sufficient for the North and for the coast, and the East is fine. And the North is pissed. They went from 0 to 5. Uh-oh. Everyone's mad. Everyone's super angry. And I don't have as much money. Soon, farmers are selling each turnip for a wheelbarrow full of coins. Everyone's savings have been completely wiped out. Eventually, the cost of minting the coins actually outweighs their value. The kingdom's entire economy collapses like wet bread, and people start using a barter system. I can't end the season yet. What does happen if we all rebel? I have no idea. A monster slayer named Vogan asked permission to appear before the council. The bounty on the monster in the east has been collected. Oh, Jesus. He steps forward, a gaunt figure in a hooded cloak. With a sneer, he tosses something at your feet, a blood-soaked head, tumbling across your nice clean floor. Your monster, my liege. That's no monster. That's Countess Esperatacat's head. Murderer! Murderer! Officers, arrest this man! Wait, I spoke truly. Countess Esperatacat was the monster who has been terrorizing the East these last few months. Last week, I hunted the beast down, found it feasting on the remnants of some unlucky peasant. Damn creature loped away before I could kill it, so I followed it at a distance. The beast made its way back to a grand keep. Before my very eyes, I witnessed this bloodthirsty beast transform back into Countess Esperatacat. What, do you know what kind of creature this is? Some kind of skin shedder, no doubt. A nightmare beast that lived within Countess Esperatacat's skin and came out at night. She had no memory of her crimes, I'm sure, but the only cure was the axe. Monster or not, your grace, Countess Esperatacat was a noble. We can't stand for a noble to be slain by some common-blooded mercenary. Arrest this man! Countess Esperatacat has died. Does that mean my spouse is too? Unknown! Esperatacat 2 has joined the council. Well, this all sucks. I'll let the monster slayer go, but pay him nothing. I fulfilled my side of the bargain. I'll be sure to tell everyone I meet that the king's word ain't worth the muck on my boots. Vogan spits at your feet and marches from the council hall without a backward glance. That's fine. Whatever, man. And sees it. In the darkest depths of an eastern forest, Countess Esperatacat II has gathered her fellow plotters around a mousy stone obelisk. The council demands that the king's advisors resign. The king is too weak to resist. Our replacements are waiting in the wings. Once our advisors surround the king, we'll have a complete control of what he hears. It will shape his reality. We'll treat the king like a mushroom, keep him in the dark and feed him. Now, let's not be vulgar. The question is, what should we do with this control? Alright, counts only can vote for A, turn the king into a useless figurehead. Goal, raise stability. Can you raise it from 0? B, force the king to abdicate in favor of their claimant. Goal, raise others' defiance. What do you think you can do? Or yeah, that's what I thought. Once we've taken over the king's circle, we'll convince him to abdicate, for the good of the kingdom, of course. Of course. And appoint me in his place, I assume? Indeed. Won't the other regions be furious? Yeah, I can raise defiance all by myself, no problem. All I have to do is print a bunch of money. Super easy. Not if they despise the current king. They'll welcome a new monarch with open arms, even if it's an Easterner. For the final stage of their scheme, the counts must raise other regions' defiance to a combined total of at least 15. So right now, it's 8 and 5. It's a total of 13. So you're going to have to raise the chiefs or the patricians or both 2 more points to complete your scheme. Oh lordy. Sitting on a bench outside a sun-beached villa, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme, along with some other faces that the king might recognize. Greetings, noble patrician. I'd like to introduce you to some friends of mine. Good afternoon, noble patricians. A pleasure as always. Hello, is this the place? Ugh, smells like fish. Wow, I take it you found my colleagues' arguments most persuasive then. Indeed, noble patrician Volkenchicks made some excellent points about the king's incompetence. I didn't know I'd ruin the kingdom. I just wanted more money. The most persuasive part was the giant bag of gold. Unfortunately, the spy master and chancellor still remain beyond our grasp. But with these 2 in our pocket, we can do great things. Just need to decide our approach. Alright, patricians! A. Bankrupt the kingdom and buy the throne outright. You have to lower the treasury. B. Bring down the king in a bribery scandal. Raise others' defiance. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Get voting. Awesome. I bet you have to meet the same quota. So after all this, our plan is to make the king look like the corrupt one? Yes, after all, isn't his court absolutely rotten with bribes and scandals? Worse than it's been in centuries? Of course it is, and we're to blame. The general public doesn't need to know that. We just need to ensure the other nobles hate the king enough to support our version of events. For the final stage of their scheme, the patricians must raise the other region's defiance to a combined total of at least 15, or ensure another region begins a rebellion. So, patricians want either of the other 2 to do a rebellion, but not them. They don't want to be the ones to rebel. Or they can raise the other place's defiance by 2. God. Oh, these are all nasty. I like this one, though. If nobles vote for the monarch's choice, they gain 500 personal wealth. Traditional monarch's choice is not good. Wow, this looks great. I don't even have a baby yet. Alright, so if you want to rebel, you gotta type !rebel. Or else I'm just gonna keep moving. Oh, wait. What does this say? Oh, right, because stability fell to 0. I just lose. Nobody wins. Over the last week, the kingdom has fallen apart. Gripped by rioting and unrest, the common folk have risen against you. It's anarchy out there. You've sheltered in the palace while the mob heaves through the streets, toppling statues and dragging nobles from their mansions to be stoned to death. You must regain control, Your Majesty. It's too late. All is lost. Call an urgent council meeting! Can't be done. The nobles have returned to their homes to look after their families. They must face similar unrest with their borders. Send for the treasurer! What the fuck? The treasurer cut her losses this morning. She's fled along with a great deal of your gold. Fetch me my marshal! The marshal is unavailable. She's trying to contain the riots. Then what can be done? Our options are limited. Somewhere nearby, glass smashes. You become aware of a dull, muted roar, like a flood rushing through a valley. What's that? I believe the common citizens have arrived at the palace to meet you in person, Your Majesty. The roar is 10,000 angry voices, getting louder and louder. Swords clash along with gurgling screams. Look around for my honor guard. Chief Amagami 2, help me! Your burly northern warrior heroes are already outside, fighting off the mob. Against such numbers, they're not likely to last long. Call for your wife. Wife! Queen Consort Desdemona fled the palace days ago like a rat fleeing a sinking ship. No doubt she is well on her way back to the east. Chancellor, do you have any ideas? Just one. Your Chancellor heaves open a nearby window and sticks a leg out. Oh my god! It was an honor, Your Majesty. I'll see you on the other side. They leap out into the open air. There's a long shriek, followed by a distant thud. Quick, Spymaster, what can I do? It's my fault, really, for allowing things to get to this point. She takes a step towards you, pulling a curved blade from somewhere within her sleeve. Oh god! For the good of the kingdom. Fight back! Spymaster throws her knife with deadly accuracy. As you tumble down the steps with the blade between your ribs, the roar of the mob grows louder and louder. Having left no heir, it will be up to the nobles to vote for your successor from among the claimants. You can only hope they will keep the kingdom more stable than you did. Okay, vote for your preferred claimant. Do you want my widow to be the queen, or this other lady? I don't know anything about her. Can I vote? I can't vote. Hooray! How can I vote him dead? I guess, you know what, that's true. Okay. I was such a good king. Okay. Having plunged the kingdom into utter chaos, King Arnie was assassinated by the Spymaster, whose loyalty was always to the kingdom, not the king. The chiefs decided that the time must not have been ripe. The prophecy was quickly forgotten by all except the God Speakers, who waited for the right omens to arise again. That's 2 count wins. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. The counts won once, but the chiefs won the first time. The chiefs won by bringing the castle down on my fucking noggin. The patricians succeeded in turning the palace into a hotbed of bribery and corruption, but what's new about that? They failed to gain the throne and lost money in the process. A bad investment. The counts leapt into the power vacuum left by King Arnie's death, and Avina took the crown with the council's blessing. King Arnie the Strong. 2 years. Spouse Desdemona, successor Queen. Alright. I'm gonna take another break, and run some ads, and then we will continue the story and see what happens next, because I gotta know. Alright, have a good night, Aspera. I'm gonna go to a BRB. Whoop. Okay. We're back. Let's continue our dynasty. Queen Avina of the Mount Moon Dynasty. Alright, type !join and your preferred pronoun to join the game. I guess you have to rejoin every, chapter. Makes sense. Is that it, everyone? Wait, where's B? Where's Maidens? Where's all my friends, all my buddies? Not, it's not vote. It's join. Murdered in the riots, I'm afraid. I mean, it's late for Maidens, so. There he is. They're kind of outnumbered. But we will proceed and see what happens. Well, I don't know, this doesn't seem fair. I wouldn't blame Maidens if he fell asleep. No, I don't either. Oh, they're scheming. Okay. It's a little more balanced now. My coronation! Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from King Arnie, but you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. Let's get this over with. Shall we call the nobles in? And veto throw me in the river. Okay, here's your options. A. Require that everyone wear black and listen to dreary Eastern music. This will raise defiance, I'm sure, with the patricians and the chiefs, and lower stability. B. Proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the ninth god. This will increase faith. I'm not sure for whom. Probably the counts and the patricians. But not the chiefs. They don't believe in the ninth god. D. Troops will bear the queen through the streets atop a shield. This will raise military, but lower my authority. So, A, B, or D? Vote. Okay. Holding with Eastern traditions, you make sure the coronation is a muted affair. I wonder if anyone's ever let themselves be thrown in the river. I actually just saw a clip of that today. Like, the whole point that's there is to, like, teach you about the veto. But it has happened. Muted, black clothes, whispered oaths, solemn music played on a pipe organ. Chiefs and patricians find it irritating, and the common folk, who'd been expecting a party, find it baffling and depressing. But by Zhenya's ashes, tradition is important. Events have proceeded exactly according to plan. The throne is ours. Now just remember our agreement. In all matters of state, you shall favor the East. The East is supreme! Very good. Now, introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you today. Introduce yourself to the chiefs of the North. Good luck in the days ahead, your greatness. You'll need it dealing with us lot. A pleasure, your esteemed highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. And with that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices. Meanwhile, what do you think? Will she be a good little queen and do as she's told? Too early to tell. You should have a backup plan just in case. Cool! Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? I think Avina would want to be the architect of a new golden age. Oh yeah, you did have to rejoin. Sorry, maidens. Every time there's a new chapter, it kicks you to the menu, so we have to start over a little bit. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall trade as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Who the fuck is this? Who's this, Avina? My fellow counts, we put Queen Avina on the throne. It seems she's forgotten that already. Don't you think I'd make a better ruler? Yeah, they whitewashed her. What scheme should the counts pursue to overthrow the new queen and place her preferred claimant Avina on the throne? So I think Joe is the only count here, so you can vote for what the scheme is. Blood ritual, possession, intimidation. Intimidation is A, blood ritual is B for blood, and C is for possession. Intimidation. The counts plan to hold the queen hostage in her own palace. First, they must distract the spy master. To advance their scheme, the counts must raise other regions' defiance to a combined total of at least 6. Or, ensure another region begins a rebellion in 4 seasons. Uh-oh. It's already that. Oath. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter Queen Avina. How do we make that happen? Alright, chiefs. Would you like subterfuge? Lower stability? Ragnarok? Raise old mill- oh, fuck. B. Hornblower. Lower all faith. Alright, vote. You know, giving them ice shock troopers really backfired on the next queen. Yeah! Oops. The chiefs plan to make an alliance with the ice giants to take over the kingdom. First, they must not be weak. Giants won't take their proposal seriously. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must raise their military to 5 or more in 3 seasons. Well, we gotta knock that down a little bit. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of Queen Avina. Something must be done. Okay. Patricians! Do you want to do a monopoly? Raise own trade? B. Conspiracy? Lower treasury? Or C. Corruption? Lower authority? Yeah, these schemes are already going great. I wonder if there's a way to, like, actually, like, end a run. Like, there is nothing left. It's all trash. It's all undoable. We can't proceed. Lava has flowed over the entire kingdom. Okay, conspiracy. The patricians plan to sink the queen under an ocean of debt. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. Oh, well, they haven't gotten that one. Giant spiders? What's this about? Your Highness, a forest on my land has been completely overrun with giant— You should print a bunch of money with your face on it. What a good idea! Some are as big as horses. The trees are shrouded in webs. Travelers are going missing. We must put a stop to this. What should we do? What should be done about the giant spiders infesting a forest in the east? A. Send in the army to wipe them out. There is a 100% chance this will work. B. Burn it! Burn it with fire! This will lower trade, lower farming, and raise defiance. C. Put a bounty on giant spider legs. This will cost money. D. We must learn to coexist with giant spiders. This will raise defiance. Well. This sucks. Because most of them raise defiance. One of them's gonna cost me a shit ton of money. And the other one... Vote. I want to see what you do. I can't influence this. There's no one I want the least, so... Guys... You patricians, oh my god! I appreciate Emily voting for we must learn to coexist with giant spiders. Oh. Put a bounty on giant spider legs. God. I want to see the writing for all these outcomes, honestly. You send an urgent message to the Adventurers Guild. Next day, a band of scarred ruffians with impractical weapons appear before the council to hear your problem. Giant spiders, is it? Damn it, those things give me the creeps. We're offering a bounty for every spider leg you bring back here. We'll do our best. No promises. Soon, adventurers are stacking spider legs high in your throne room and walking out with pockets of gold. Countess Yukijo, too, is pleased to inform you that her spider problem has been mostly solved, and merchants are returning to the roads. Trade is now prosperous. Defiance can't go lower. Stability is now stable. Help! Everyone's gonna kill me! Help! Ill winds, Your Majesty. A meddling wizard has set up shop in Yordar. I believe it is Pestia, the Lady of Pestilence. Tell me more about this wizard. Wizards have managed to tame creation itself. They wield untold power and are naturally distrusted by the Church. Even the High Inquisitor wouldn't dare move against them openly. Pestia has influence over plagues, diseases, insects, and other horrid things like that. She's put out a call for new apprentices, which is a rare event. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Droves of unwashed, glory-seeking villagers from all over the north are lining up for their chance. Not just peasants. Vulcan chicks, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but those workers are no match. I will be the most powerful noble this council has ever seen. You couldn't put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant's help. We can't let this go ahead. To have a potential wizard on the council will present a clear and dangerous conflict of interest. We should assemble the council. God bless you, your majesty. Okay, let's vote. Well, not yet. Let me read the votes. A. Allow noble patrician Vulcan chicks to become Pestia's apprentice. B. Require they forfeit their noble title in order to become an apprentice. This will cost all of their money, and put it in my treasury. Which is good if you don't want the patricians to win. C. Forbid Forkin chicks. Forbid Vulcan chicks from traveling to Nordar. Well, I don't want to forbid it. I'll forbid forbidding it. So A or B. Whether they will go, but should they forfeit their noble title? And put money back in my treasury and make me smile. And keep the patricians from progressing in their scheme. Vote. My crown at this point should be a Burger King one, probably. I like this one though, it's got little hearts on it. Nobody wants everybody wants you to give up your money. Hey, but you get to be a wizard's apprentice, hun! And the disease wizard! That's like in Flight Rising, you pick Plague! Or a skeleton. We'll see. I suppose that is an acceptable compromise. Vulcan Chicks begins their journey to Nordar immediately. Noble patrician Vulcan Chicks' wealth has decreased. Okay. Their successor, Noble Patrician Vulcan Chicks 2, inherits their position on the council, but the treasury confiscates the vast majority of their wealth as payment. You died. You're as good as dead anyway. But we got Vulcan Chicks 2! Pestia's presence in Nordar attracts all sorts of visitors, though the power of her latent magic starts to wilt crops for miles around. You hear how loud she laughs over your death? Come on! It was funny. I didn't expect them to do it, like, instantly. Yeah, I hear it from downstairs. Be nice! I'm sorry. As is tradition, each region offers a selection of elite guards. Okay, so I picked my guardsmen this time. This could have been prevented if you let us win. No. I'm assuming it's a death as in title only. It has to be. Because, like, we didn't see them die. It just said that they died. Tell me about the knights. The Order of the Drowned Rose are highly respectable. They'll understand palace etiquette. It's been years since I fought an actual battle. They mostly write poems these days. Tell me about the gladiators. A gang of low-born crooks who turn themselves into celebrities through their skill at chopping other people to bits. They're vain and selfish. I think I'll go with the counts this time. Well, actually, I could stand to not raise anyone's ire more. Let's go with the gladiators. Shit. Yippee! Blood and stars, your majesty! How could you choose them? I will make the arrangements at once. The gladiators arrive a few weeks later. The men are bare-chested and the women are underdressed, eager to show off their bodies as much as their weaponry. They gather behind your throne and begin oiling themselves up. This is just like Star Trek! Okay, time for an auction. So, Jem has no money. Scheming has 200, Joe has 200, Emily has 500, Oopsal Cobalt has 700, Maidens has 800, and B has 800. So our bidding today, A is a cathedral, which will raise faith. B is a monument, which will raise authority. C is a library, which will raise stability. D is a theater, which will lower my authority. E is a deer park, which will lower farming for the patricians, because the deer will eat everything. And F is a fortress, which will raise the patricians' military power. Alright. Start voting. Or start bidding. See, looks like the cathedral's mostly funded. Got the library too. Does nobody want any of these nice things? Vulcan Chicks 1 should return with magic powers and take the title back from Vulcan. God. Time's up. We got the cathedral and the library, so faith is up and stability is up. Yeah, nobody else voted. Finding a spouse. Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. Liberty finding eligible candidates. You married me and I was a lady, so I think you're into ladies. Yeah, nobody really has anything to offer. Thank you, Your Majesty. It's an easy enough decision. You'll marry into the counts as we agreed before you took the throne, right? 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 Vultures. Greedy Eastern merchants are taking advantage of cheap northern labor, Your Highness, exploiting our natural resources and putting our trading companies out of business. They're vultures! Vultures! Is it really such a problem? This is just business. Emily's wealth is down to 0. Anyway, let's vote. What should be done about the Eastern merchants exploiting the North? A. Kick out the counts and put trading companies back in northern hands. This will raise defiance with the counts, assuredly. And there will be some changing of hands with wealth and trade. B. The Queen will buy up the Eastern trading companies. This will cost money, cost treasury money, raise defiance, lower trade, and put wealth, I think, in Joe's hands, specifically. C. It's just business, baby. Which will do some defiant shenanigans, raise wealth by 1,500, and raise trade. Well, I want business, baby. Personally, I want trade to go up. Looks like we're kicking him out. Blood and stars! Trust me, those northern fools will run my companies into the ground. Joe has no money now. All the eastern companies in the north are transferred to new ownership. Lumber yards, fur traders, breweries, iron mines. Oh, Emily just got 1,500 gold! Congratulations! It all goes to Chief Emigami too. As the months pass, it becomes evident that Countess Yukijo too was wrong. The companies continue to make a nice profit, and their new owner spreads the wealth all across the north. So the trade went up in the north from 1 to 3. Yeah, you're growing lemons. When noble patrician Vulcan Chicks 2 enters the council chambers, their clothes are stained and rumpled, their faces haggard. Unfortunate tidings from the coast, your esteemed highness. My cupboards are bare! Slow down and explain. My trees barely yield a single pomegranate. I am utterly penniless. I beg for whatever spare coin the council can give. What should we do? A. Countess Yukijo too is wealthy. She should help. There's a 50% chance of that working. B. The crown should provide funds from the treasury. I don't like that. C. You must deal with it yourself. So either have Joe do something about it or deal with it yourself. There's a 10% chance of that working. Let's go. A or C? I'm voting to find out what won't happen. Okay. By the blood of the dead, really? Can noble patrician Vulcan Chicks 2 not scrabble up some cash themselves? The trade challenge failed. The East Defiance is now aggrieved. And Jem has 750 bucks. And Joe can't lose any more. Even if she wanted to, Countess Yukijo too cannot go against the council's decision. Muttering darkly, she reluctantly hands over the gold. As it turns out, she owed money to a number of eastern merchants. When they find out that Yukijo too is flinging money around, they descend, pressuring her to pay up. Word quickly spreads about your lack of generosity, probably spread by Yukijo too and her allies. Her name is not spoken of kindly in the East for quite some time. You hand over what gold? I don't know. In a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast plot to meet for their latest scheme. The treasury's not empty. The queen won't be tempted by our loan offers. Maybe we could arrange some kind of heist? Don't get ahead of yourself, noble patrician. This coup will be conducted entirely within the bounds of the law. We have our principles, after all. Patrician's aim is to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. Well, I don't want to raise any defiance, so I'll do a common tax. But the Count's got some extra money this turn. Alright, let's look at the bachelors. Eds. This is Marta, firstborn daughter of the Northern Sleepy Sprout ZZZ clan. Apparently the other Northerners have nicknamed her Wind Speaker. Can't imagine why. Even among the Northerners, she's made something of a name for herself as a fearsome warrior. People say she nurses a grudge, though. I can see the appeal. This is Sylvia, the eldest daughter of the Eastern Yukijo dynasty. Apparently they had a hell of a time getting her to smile for this portrait. Does she fart? Hello? What are you talking about? Oh, because wind speaker? Ew. What? Ew. I thought it meant because she whispers or something. She bought a controlling interest in a silver mine in the east and made a killing. She's always planning something, they say. Schemes within schemes. She's an intriguing candidate. And finally, from the coast, we have Petronella, the wealthy heiress to Lord Patrician Strategist Nine's estate. You tried to make me marry her last time. She's got a reputation for honesty and fair-mindedness. That's rare along the coast. She recently gave away half her fortune to the church, much to everyone's surprise. Apparently she's a dark side, though I don't know much more about that. Could be worse. Okay, well, I will marry into the counts. As I said I would. This is another daughter? I could have sworn the last one was also named Petronella. Everyone's mad at me, so whatever, man. Can't do anything about it this time. Wizardly meeting. He will take the wrath of the fart speaker in her clan. I do like marrying the counts, don't I? It's cause they're purple. I'm sorry. I'm easy. By the 9th, how many times do I have to tell you? They're not my responsibility anymore. It was your parent who stole all my gold. Someone must pay. Emily's money has gone down to 950 from 1700. Have mercy! Have mercy! Your Serene Highness. Former noble patrician Volcanchicks turned up at my estate demanding my jewelry and valuables, saying they were needed in Yordar for research. They kept babbling about strong electromagnetic fields or some such nonsense. I warned you. Wizards always cause trouble. What should be done about the wizard Pestia and her new apprentice Volcanchick shaking people down? Okay, so yeah. Gem is still alive. They have just died as far as the noble, like, the bureaucracy is concerned. And now they're shaking people down for money. So, should we compensate Emigami 2 from the treasury? B. Force noble patrician Volcanchicks 2 to pay for their parents' theft? C. Summon the wizard to answer for her apprentice's crime? Which I'm sure will go great. Or D. The Emigami 2 will have to do without their pretty necklaces. I don't know why it's written like that. I don't want to compensate because I don't want my money to go down. So let's see how this goes. You can vote for B, C, or D. You can force Gem's child to pay for their theft. You can summon the wizard, or not pay Emily back at all. So actually, Gem's in the game twice over. Yeah. There are 2 of them. Alright, let's see what happens. You send out the summons, but receive no answer. Either Pestia thinks you are not a threat, or that you simply are not worth her time. In the meantime, more chiefs are soon deprived of their valuables. Chickens, cigars, family heirlooms, and a few prized hogs. All in the name of progress, or so Volcanchicks claims. My authority is now dubious. And the North is fucking angry. Also, some of the chiefs have lost their money. Teehee. Something here about fraud. Your Majesty, you recall your bounty on spider legs? There have been certain financial irregularities surrounding the initiative. That's okay, just share your hog with me. Though the spider problem has already been solved, we still got dozens of bounties being claimed every day. In fact, we now owe the Adventurers Guild over 2,000 gold. 2,000 gold?! 2,053 to be exact. I took the liberty of asking the spy master to investigate. My spies in the guild tell me that they're breeding giant spiders in basements across the kingdom. They even bred a variety with extra legs. Like in Minecraft! This is obviously against the spirit of the agreement, but we didn't technically forbid it, so we still owe them 2,053 gold, legally speaking. Well, you can't vote for this, because we don't have the money. Council the bounty scheme. Okay, alright. Council the bounty scheme and pay the guild what they're owed. Our money is gonna go down by 2053. Authority down, stability down, farming down, trade down, faith down. B. Cancel the bounty scheme and refuse to pay the guild anything. Stability down, farming down, trade down, faith down. D. Arrest the prominent guild members involved with the scheme. 80% chance of success because of the military. Consider this. Consider this. Vote. You ever think that the Monarch's Choice icon looks like a guillotine? I think that's a little weird. It's a pointy guillotine. Probably wouldn't work that well. Alright. We're gonna arrest them. Or try. Heh, I've been waiting for years to take a crack at the guild. Let's see how those amateurs hold up against real soldiers. The next day, your troops storm guild outposts across the kingdom, as well as the central headquarters in the capital. Adventurers are adept fighters with plenty of tricks up their sleeves. Your soldiers find themselves blinded by magic dust as they battle opponents buffed by illegal potions. But your marshal is right. The adventurers are outnumbered and lack discipline. They flee as soon as the going gets tough, and your troops only take minor casualties. So, the troops lost a point, but our challenge succeeded. The guild headquarters turns out to be overflowing with gold, looted from various dungeons and gold-ridden catacombs. It all gets confiscated, of course. Your treasury suddenly looks very healthy indeed. We just made 4,000 gold. Meanwhile, the guild leaders are put on trial for fraud, and their pet spiders are burned in a giant bonfire. A positive outcome all around. Authority is now credible. I wouldn't burn the pet spiders. I don't want to burn the spiders. Far to the north, where snow blankets the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs plot to bring about the end of the world. Ragnarok. Praise Morgana! Initial talks with the ice giants are going so well that they've gifted us a new patch of fertile land in the northern valleys. The gods are good. With luck, this will be the foundation of an alliance strong enough to rock the world. Well, there is something else that the patricians can do. But I'm not suggesting that you try that. Aye, the ice giants are a formidable ally. Tall as a building and limbs like tree trunks. Those southerners don't know how to fight them like we do. But first, we must offer something the giants desire. Oh no, I'm hot. I mean, kinda. Got that Jon Snow thing going on. A whole kingdom's worth of pillage? Just what I was thinking. If we fill the kingdom with bountiful goods and plunder, giants won't be able to resist. For the next stage of the chief's scheme, they must raise other regions' trade to a combined total of 10 or more in 3 seasons. That's like kind of what my goal is. Wow. Alright, I like the Monarch's Golden Choice thing. Oh, your defiance has to be 7 or higher. I thought it had to be 4. Interesting. Well, the chiefs can technically rebel at this point. if you guys don't think that you can get the trade up. But I think it might be worth your I think it might be worth trying to work with me for a little bit. That'll settle the treasury. Right. Your wedding to Sylvia is naturally talk of the kingdom, blah blah blah. Feels like the other one, blah 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 blah. You take this woman? Yes. Then I pronounce you queen and wife. Yay! After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, there's a dance. Your new wife, Sylvia, refuses to dance at all, preferring instead to brood in the corner. Stability is now steady. Authority is now commanding. Defiance is now mutinous. Oh, went down from 7 to 6. Okay, everyone's a little happier. By the time you find yourself alone with Sylvia, it's past midnight, and you've never felt more tired. Did you see the 8 crows perched on the church tower as we walked into the cathedral? A dire omen. Come on, cheer up, we just got married. Instead of cheering up, Sylvia took one look at you before bursting into tears. The peasants have the right idea. They get married for love, not for politics. Oh, to live the simple life of a commoner. There. We're both in this together. Comforts of Sylvia long into the night, listening as she expresses her doubts and fears. As dawn breaks, she falls asleep on your shoulder, exhausted. Aw. A terrible curse! Oh, someone's gonna get turned into a fish. Noble patrician Upsal Kobolds rushes into the council chamber, breathless and in disarray. By Audhell's horn, you look like you haven't slept for weeks! That's because I've been placed under a curse! Look, my hair's falling out in chunks! Perhaps you're ill. Or old. It was one of my citizens. I saw it in her eyes. She's an evil witch! Okay, what should we do? A. Have the so-called witch tested. This is a 50% chance of success based on our faith stat. B. Send scholars to the coastal lands to find an explanation. 70% chance of success because of stability. C. Have the accursed Upsal Kobold sent to the north to relax. There will be some changing of hands of wealth and trade will go up. And if you vote for it, you'll even get some money. Are they contagious? I don't want to catch it. Who knows? I didn't actually think of that as a possibility. Oh well! Yes, indeed, that would be wonderful. A change of pace, some fresh air. Perfect. The gods are good. Be sure to bring plenty of coin. The trip is a resounding success, with Upsal Kobolds and their entourage praising scheming miners' hospitality. The north soon becomes a popular destination for those looking to improve their health. Trade in the north went up. Upsal Kobold has lost 300G. And Scheming Miner has gotten those 300G. Yay, we became Sweden! Your Serene Highness, I have the most wonderful solution to all that excess gold cluttering your treasury. Dr. Kellogg is born anew. We should put on a mock sea battle in the coastal arena. For too long we've put up with gladiators fighting to death on dry land. Boring! How would that work? We waterproof the arena and fill it with seawater. Then we crew a few custom-built ships with our most expendable gladiators and have them duke it out before a screaming crowd. Okay. A. Hold the mock sea battle in the arena. This will cost 2,000 treasury. Defiance will go down. Trade will go up. Military will go up also for the patricians, I'm pretty sure. B. As a cheaper alternative, hold the event at sea. 1,000 from the treasury. Trade will go down, and authority will go down. C. Forbid the arena from experimenting with naval combat. Well, I don't want that. So, A or B? Hold the mock sea battle in the arena. Hold the event at sea. Just imagining them trying to do this. They did this in the Colosseum? The water would just flood out into the seats. And all the hallways and stuff. Oh, marvelous. I shall make the arrangements at once. A few weeks later, the mock sea battle is held in Thalassus. Watch from the royal box. 2 ships battling each other, tossed on artificial waves, gladiators swinging on ropes with cutlasses between their teeth, a naked spectator swimming across the arena and getting eaten by a shark. Oh my god. This show has everything you'd hope for and more. They built barricades. It worked well. So well, all the losers drowned. So the coast trade has gone up and their military has gone up. Alright, let's end the season. This one I think is going better. Far in the east, Countess Yukijo II is hosting a dinner party in her castle with a few distinguished guests. Thanks to our efforts, the Spy Master's focusing her attention on other regions. While the cat's away, the mice shall play. And when the cat returns, it will find the mice have poisoned its kibble. The analogy's a little tortured now, but I like the enthusiasm. Our next step is to replace the Palace Watch with our own agents. Indeed, the Honor Guard are incorruptible, but the Watch are another story. If the Queen can't pay them, they'll look for money elsewhere. For the next stage of their scheme, the Counts must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. Oh, see, now 2 people are gonna try to take my money. So this might work out better for, the patricians, too. Don't fret. My honor guard of oiled up celebrities is incorruptible. Well, we have wizard troubles now. More troubles in Yordar, Your Majesty. Ever since Pestia took up residence to train her apprentices, people have been getting sick. We can't do anything about wizards. Leave her alone. I'll assemble the council. My thanks, Your Majesty. Okay. A. Assemble a militia to push her out. This has an 85% chance of success based on military. B. Compensate the chiefs for their losses and abandon Yordar. This will cost me 800 and trade will go down. C. Gift Yordar to Pestia permanently. What the fuck does that mean? Defiance will go up, trade will go down, wealth will go up by 300, and the treasury will go up. D. Let Pestia continue as she wishes. Well, that's a bad choice. I don't like that choice. So, A, B, or C? I don't know what gift Yordar to Pestia permanently means. Like, just let her take it over? And you guys hate trade. You guys hate trade. Oh, it's giving her the land. But it's not mine to give. I guess it is. I suppose this counts as compensation. Perhaps next time we prevent this from happening in the first place, yes? Pestia's corruption continues to spread, though most citizens are spared. Because if we used our military, it might not work. I think it was 65%. I thought that was worth a shot. Your Serene Highness, the coast has been struck with a plague. It's not just any plague. A dancing plague. Why aren't you dancing then? I haven't been infected yet, of course, Otherwise, I would not be here to risk it spreading to your esteemed highness. It affects everyone, even dogs and cats. I don't know how it started, but it's spreading quickly. Most villages are dancing themselves half to death. Hi, Perks! Welcome, welcome. If you want to join in the game, you can type !join and then your preferred pronoun, so he, she, or they. Dancing plague is real and historical. What? Dancing cats? Put that shit on YouTube. Treasury Tournament. It's called Korea. Oh, I thought you were misspelling cholera. Very funny and tragic. People died. They still don't know 100% why people did it. What? Okay. So what should we do about the dancing plague? A. Quarantine the affected villages. This would lower trade. B. Pass a law that forbids dancing. Well, this would be good for my authority. Bad for stability, and would raise defiance because, you know, you can't... C. Let it be. How bad is dancing anyway? Which would reduce stability and farming. These are all honestly terrible options, so let's just vote. But that trade, though. Pass a law that forbids dance. Pass a law that forbids shitting. Pass a law that forbids crying and sleeping and throwing up. Okay. The peasantry and nobility are unhappy with the new dancing ban, which has earned you the moniker of the cantankerous queen. He started Footloose. Okay, so they're a little mad at me, but they're not too mad. Worse still, it doesn't slow the spread. No matter how much one is flogged or fined, they continue to dance. Soon your bailiffs are dancing along with them. Cool! Ineffectual. Avina! I had something I wanted to ask of you. Dancing killed my grandma, okay? What can I do for you? As you surely know, I run a very successful lumber company back home in the East. But the current laws are a little restrictive for my trade. Lots of tariffs and regulations. You know how it is. I was hoping if you could push for some changes in the council. Eliminate some of the more cumbersome quality standards for Eastern lumber, perhaps? That's corruption, plain and simple. I wouldn't call it that. It's just a helping hand, that's all. Our peasants would surely thank you for it. Fine, I'll assemble the council. Ah, most pleasing. I'll see you there. See, you can't get mad at me if the council votes on this. Okay, what should we do? A. Relax quality standards on only Eastern lumber. This will raise defiance, assuredly. Trade will go up, and the treasury will also increase by 650. B. Relax quality standards on all lumber in the kingdom, which will increase trade and lower stability. C. Do nothing. Vote. I don't really have a preference in this situation. I'm not really happy about it. Oh, wow, okay. So we're not gonna do anything. Alrighty. You just want my wife to hate? When Sylvia doesn't get the result she wanted, she leans over to whisper in your ear. At least you tried. I'll find another way to get what I need. What? Okay. Alright, auction time! So. Let's see. We got Maiden's in the lead with 1,200. Then Emily with 1,150. Venus' true love was Cat. Hehe. Yuki Joe with 1,000. B with 1,000, Gem with 950, Scheming with 850, and Oops All Kobolds with 400. So today you will be bidding on a monument, which will raise my authority, a prison, which will lower stability, a grand bazaar, which will raise trade, smiles all around, D, a library, which will raise stability, E, a fortress, which will raise military. I have 1,000, but the extension says I have 600. Well, you have 1,000 according to me. So, and I'm the king, or the queen. And a theater which lowers my authority and isn't cool. Theater's lame. Alright. Get bidden. I'm the cantankerous queen. Looks like the fortress is leading, the Grand Bazaar is doing pretty good. Lots of delicious money. Alright. Got our fortress. Got our bazaar. Trade for the counts has gone up to 6. And the military for the patricians has gone up to 9. Nice. About my heir. Your marriage to Sylvia has grown stale. Oh, you get along well enough, and you've made some good memories together. There's no spark. She cares more about maximizing profits than your happiness. But spark or no spark, you still need an heir. Okay. We'll have a baby. Actually, let's try something different. Listen to Gemcat. What? That's not an option. I can't just try kink. So I guess we'll just have a child together. The kink is implied. Because we're fucking, I guess. Anyway, a plague of rats. Countess Yukijo 2 strides into the council chambers, distraught, waving a dead rat by its tail. The fields and barns of the east are overrun by vermin, and we've no more poison for these horrible things. We can't cope anymore. Can the council help resolve this eastern rat plague? A. Take that rat and go. The east can handle this alone. Oh, why are you always beset? If you bought the game, you show up more often. You're also the only, count playing at this time. So, I think you're the only one to show up. So there's a 50% chance of the East being able to handle this by themselves because of their farming stat. B. Deliver a supply of rat poison. There's a 50% chance of this working because of our region stability. C. Send them a shipment of cats. This will cost us 500 gold. D. Hire some adventurers to clear out the rodents. This will cost 900. And will lower defiance in the counts, but that seems like a lot of money. I don't think we need adventurers. Vote. It's 2 coin flips or cats. You don't want to take the chance? Everybody needs a cat. Employ our daughter. Yeah, she won't do the job. They're gonna have a cat plague now. Countess Yukijo too bows to you deeply. I can't thank you enough, Your Grace. You send a caravan of cats over to the east. By the time they reach their destination, they're both hungry and very angry. Perfect rat-catching mindset. Wait to hear what happens. Soon the rats are gone, and most households in the east have a very satisfied cat guarding their food. Hope kittens don't become a problem. Defiance is now down to 1, and the challenge succeeded. Hopefully there's not a kitten problem. Noble Patrician Upsal Kobold stands before you, hopping frantically from one foot to the other as they speak. The plague, Your Serene Highness, it's spreading! Why, I think I've been affected myself. Get them out of here! It's a bit late for that, Your Esteemed Highness. Half of the kingdom is affected by now. We need to do something or we'll dance ourselves to death. Think of it this way, everyone gets toxoplasmosis and then they want to own a cat. Then everyone in the east becomes a cat hoarder. The end. This may look fun, but trust me, it's anything but. The dancing plague has spread to half the kingdom. What can be done? A. Order the nobles to hide in their castles and wait it out. B. Hire a wizard to sort it out. That's gonna cost me 2,000 gold, and I cost my veto, and that sucks. C. Infect the nobility as a sign of solidarity. Well, if you pick this one, you get more money. Okay. Don't do it. Don't do it! No! I need that money. Stop. I need that money. I'll print more. Are we gonna hire... What wizard are we hiring? Waiting for the wizard. You wonder if your foot tapping is impatient or infection. You need to learn the art of reverse psychology. I'm a really bad liar, and I don't think that that's a skill I can learn. I don't like being dishonest, and I'm... When she finally arrives, No, it's the fucking... Pesty is clad in tightly wrapped black silks and wears a face mask that resembles the skull of a giant rodent. Her voice is dark and croaky. I heard you were having a plague problem, Your Majesty. Not just any plague. It's a dancing plague. That explains the bouncy watchman on the way in. I thought he was happy to see me. Not every day I get such a warm welcome, as you can imagine. I am an expert in plagues and pestilence, but not of the dancing kind. You must know something that can help. You've hired me, so I will do what I can, but I make no promises. As Pestia leaves the throne room accompanied by a cloud of flies, we pray to the ninth god that she will find a cure soon. Who else was it gonna be? I don't know. In the darkest depths of an eastern forest, Countess Yukijo II has gathered her fellow plotters around a mossy stone obelisk. Luck is with us, my friend. The palace watch are in our pocket. They took our money gladly. The kingdom can barely afford to pay them a living wage. Music to my ears. Soon the throne will be ours. Indeed it will. But now we must plan our next steps. Okay, I think Joe's the only one who can vote on this. What do you want to do? Do you want to kill the queen and place your own claimant on the throne? Lower stability. Or control the queen with the threat of assassination. Raise own military. God. Over the next few months, we'll have our troops infiltrate the capital dressed as beggars. They'll swap places with the palace watch, one by one. Once the Queen realizes she is surrounded by our troops. It'll be too late. She'll be a helpless little fly caught in our web. Magnificent. But once we've turned the queen into our puppet, won't the chiefs and patricians notice? That's why we need a strong army to make them think twice before challenging us. United with the queen's forces, we'll be unstoppable. For the final stage of their scheme, the counts must raise their military to at least 10. Back in the north, Chief Scheming Miner is hosting yet another feast at his clan hall. Not everyone is in the mood for celebrating, however. No developments, I'm afraid. The giants aren't willing to commit. Not yet, anyway. What's the problem? They leave their brains on the ice caves again? Or are they too scared to take on a measly queen? Nay, not enough plunder. We must make the other regions bigger, juicier targets. Chief's aim is to raise other regions' combined trade to 10 or more, so you need another point. It's within reach, certainly. In a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest game. The treasury is practically empty, and the queen is struggling to fund her ambitions. We're perfectly placed to offer her a loan. So helpful of us. Indeed, those loan agreements will be as friendly as a bear trap, absolutely loaded with hidden catches in the small print. Now watch me work my magic. Good evening, Lord Patrician. What exactly is the purpose of this meeting? I heard about the Queen's recent money troubles, and I thought we could both benefit. Sign here and here. This agreement does seem fair. Very well, I'll sign. The Queen will be pleased. Good night, Lord Patrician. May the ninth bless you. Okay, so both fees and gems wealth has gone down by 300, but the treasury is now up 2,000. See? Easy as pie, but it's not enough to bankroll the queen. The rest of the kingdom must be in debt to us as well. To advance their scheme, the patricians must have the highest trade of all regions in 4 seasons. And right now, you're at 3. Okay, tax time. The counts sell a cursed idol to gullible Danian merchants for 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. So right now, Joe is sitting pretty at the top with 1,500. I could afford to make Joe a little angry for a little more money. Oh, not the beached whale again. Your august majesty, a great big whale washed up on the coast, right outside my villa. However, before I could order my servants to harvest its blubber, a fin folk crawled up onto the sand. It begged me for an audience with the queen. Oh, I've always wanted to meet one of the denizens of the sea. Your hopes are fulfilled when a frog-faced, green-skinned man waddles in, his flippers slapping against the marble. Your Majesty, you must not allow Lord Patrician Strategist 9 to kill Hikma. Hikma is a wise and gentle whale, a great friend to the Fin folk. In what way is this whale your friend? She keeps the sharks away, banishes our gloom with her beautiful songs, and provides us with her bounteous milk. Aw. Please, return her to the waters where she was born. Or, and hear me out, your esteemed highness, we could strip down the whale to its component parts and make a fortune. Who cares what these fish-faced fools think? Okay. A. Lord Patrician Strategist 9 can slaughter and harvest the whale. You surely did when your first wife met with one. Maybe she wasn't there. She missed it. This will increase trade and monies, but lower farming, and will also lower defiance. Return the whale to the Fin folk will increase defiance and farming. That whale will make a fine trophy in the Queen's throne room. will raise defiance. Personally? This is a different whale. I think this whale has a different name. Oh, this is difficult. Like, the me wants to return the whale, but the queen wants the money. And many people want the trade. No, I didn't veto. Well, you can't do anything about it now. There's only 7 of you. It's tied. So I get to pick! Oh. I will save the whale. By the 9th, I can't believe it. How can you take the fishmen's side over your own citizens? Thank you, your majesty. The Finfolk owe you a great debt. We already saw outcome B once. I don't want to kill a whale! Using a crane and a team of oxen, the great whale is lifted up and placed on wooden rollers. Without ceremony, it is plopped back in the ocean, where it splashes its tail and sprays water in apparent gratitude. From that point on, coastal fishermen report that their catches have nearly doubled. Grateful Finfolk literally herd fish towards their nets. This curse is not getting better, I don't think. A giant glass globe filled to the brim. Oh! Uh-oh. This is the fish. Filled to the brim with murky water is wheeled before the council. Fish bowl contains noble patrician Vulcan chicks too, suspended in liquid. They poke their head above the surface. Your august majesty! Glub glub. A most infuriating circumstance has befallen me. Glub glub. Would you still love Gem if they were a fish? Yes. I would feed them fish flakes. Good grief, what happened to you? I've been Glub Glub cursed by a sea wizard. He inflicted me with these Glub Glub gills, so I can't leave the water for more than a couple Glub Glub minutes. What do you do to anger the wizard? I happen to own a tannery that is Glub Glub polluting some picturesque beach he likes. How was I supposed to glubbing no? I demand you arrest this maniac and force him to glub remove these gills. Vetoing this one. Send a squad of coastal soldiers to arrest the wizard responsible. Send a diplomat to politely ask the wizard to reverse the curse. Or send a wizard a hamper of fine cheeses and a bottle of wine. Cursed by a whale, surely. When do I get my baby? I need a baby! I need an heir! Is nobody voting? Okay. So we're gonna try to arrest the wizard. A squadron of the finest coastal soldiers hurry off to hunt down the meddling wizard. Thinking nothing more of it, you retire to bed. The next morning, you wake to the sound of water trickling down the walls of your bedroom. Descending the stairs, you find the entire palace impossibly flooded. You recognize the corpses of coastal soldiers floating face down in the corridors. All of a sudden, you're buffeted by a strange, overwhelmingly salty breeze. His name is Scrampton? You wanted to see me? I need you to reverse the curse afflicting noble patrician Vulcan chicks too. And why would I do a thing like that? Their tannery is ruining my favorite beach. Oh. I'll pay you 1,000 gold. You know, come to think of it, the coast is long and winding, with many hidden beaches. The wizard's flesh bulges and ripples and turns suddenly to water, splashing down in your corpse-littered corridor. He's left you with quite a cleanup job. Noble Patrician Vulcanchix II appears in the council hall a few days later, back to their old self, though they have a case of the hiccups that persist for several months. Hooray! Your Majesty, there is a petitioner here to see you today. Not exactly sure where he's from. Where she's from. She's sure. I assume you have a good reason for letting her in? We'll see soon enough, Your Majesty. Oh, hello. Greetings, Your Majesty. My name is Oreid. Oreid. I have a proposition for you. Who are you exactly? I am but a humble ship's captain, one of great renown, but that was a different time. Not a pirate, then? No, Your Majesty. Never would I countenance the thought. Where are you from? Distant shores, Your Majesty. I prefer to keep my exact origins a secret. Tell me more about this proposition. 3 ships are docked in a harbor to the west. Their holds are packed to the gills with muskets and gunpowder, and they each boast a full battery of cannons. They are all yours in return for a small favor. Muskets? The small furry animals? And what is this favor? I only wish to stay in this kingdom with your blessing and protection. I can show your soldiers how to use the weapons, of course, to avoid any accidents. Alright, what did you do? I don't know what you mean, Your Majesty. I simply wish to keep my dealings private. You will forgive me, I hope. What should we do? A. Provide a safe harbor for Oreid in exchange for muskets. This increases the military. B. Reject Oreid's offer and send her away. C. Confiscate the weapons and take Oreid prisoner. And once this vote's over, I'm gonna have to run an ad because I snoozed 3 times. Alright, good. Good. We're voting how I want. Knowing that taking her in will no doubt provoke someone's ire, turn Oreid away. To your surprise, she doesn't beg or grovel, but bows low and leaves your courtroom with dignity. Okay, we're gonna go to a quick ad break, and then we'll end the season and see what happens. Be right back. Okay, break is over. In this season. I might head off to bed after this, just because I'm getting very sleepy. Oh, Pesty is back. Your Majesty, I have returned. Tell me you can fix this plague, please. I'm afraid it's far too late to contain the spread. It's not clear that this was caused by an irresponsible use of magic. It's clear that this was caused by an irresponsible use of magic, not by flea or rat. Still, there are a few options. I can inoculate your highness and household for a small fee. Then you can wait out the rest of this plague in peace. What are my other options? I can also attempt to break the original spell. I discovered that it comes from a monastery of all places, deep inside the coast. It will be a difficult procedure, you understand. Very risky. I will require further compensation. I'm gonna make the patricians pay for it. Love you guys. Pesty is quick to start her ritual. Wait, I thought it said trade would go up. I'm so fucking stupid. Fuck! That was not what I... Whatever. Pesty is quick to start her ritual, gathering many extravagantly expensive ingredients that look like... The arrows look the same when they're far away! Ceremony's brief affair, but the stench it leaves in the palace is unbearable. You won't worry, it'll never go away. The plague breaks overnight. People weep openly in the streets as their torment comes to an end. The whole kingdom celebrates with a day of rest, known from now on as the Day of Stillness. There's no dancing as part of the festivities, however. They've had enough of that. I'm sorry. I messed up. Again. Your Majesty, these good folk are bounty hunters representing the Republic of Kurth. Queen Avina, we greet you humbly. How may I help you? We're searching for a fugitive. Last we heard she went by the name Orid. She came through here, yes. Will you help us apprehend her, Your Majesty? There's no doubt she is still in your kingdom. Do we help? I'll even let you vote anonymously. Go. Yes or no? Anonymous. How can we vote anonymously if chat is public? You're right! That doesn't make any sense at all. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was dumb. Maybe... I don't know. I don't know how that's supposed to work. It works for large chats. Oh. So Germa could probably do it, but not me. You politely decline, and the bounty hunters leave with their heads bowed. Hopefully that's the last you hear of this kerfuffle. Like if they fly by really fast, yeah. But I can see you. It's too late, Joe. I think you've got like a pretty significant delay. Maybe refresh? Your Majesty, I simply can't stand it any longer. I need you to do something. What is the matter? I have filthy peasants scrabbling all over my newly built cathedral, tapping the walls, bothering the priests. They've heard legends of buried treasure beneath the site. Total nonsense, of course. I need you to keep these greedy treasure grubbers off my land. Actually, these rumors might not be nonsense. After conquering the north, King Errol the Great is said to have buried a huge stash of stolen loot. Spoils of war in the area. Why would he waste some perfectly good gold by burying it? King Errol had plenty of cash by that point. Presumably he meant to come back and dig it all up one day, but he went off to invade Kurth and got himself killed. Kurth! Maybe this is an opportunity, though. What are you suggesting? We could search for the treasure ourselves, send a team of diggers to take the place apart brick by brick and dig deep into the foundations. By the old gods, what are you saying? That would destroy the whole place. Oh my god, see? I don't want to do number one. Number one seems fucking weird. B. Place sentries around the cathedral to keep treasure hunters at bay. Or C. Dig up a fake treasure hoard to pretend the gold has been found. 70% chance of victory. I think we can pull it off. C is funny for the bit. Like, I kind of just want to see what happens. We got good chances, I think. Wait, didn't I say I would stop after last season? Oh well, I'll stop after this season. Hold me to it though, because I'll forget. Alrighty. Yes! You bury a fake hoard of tin coins painted to resemble gold if you squint from a great distance. Then you dig it up and declare that King Errol's treasure has been discovered. I must commend the council on their genius. Since the fake hoard was discovered, I haven't been bothered by its treasure hunters at all. Unfortunately, things don't go so well for you. Peasants now think you're swimming in wealth and demand all sorts of tax breaks and now new roads you can't afford. When their demands aren't met, they call you a money-grubbing skinflint. I'll take that. Okay, now we'll end the season and then we'll stop. Oh wait, they're just on the last step. I thought they had it. Okay. So the counts have to get their military to 10. It's not looking good for the attritions. And it's also, consequently, also not looking good for the Chiefs. So, I'm managing to hold you off somehow. Okay. I'm not gonna click on the shiny buttons. And I'm gonna stop. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed. I hope you all have a lovely evening. A good sleep. And I think we'll do this again on next Monday. I'm having fun. I like playing this. It's really chill, but it's a nice way to like do something with you guys. And even if I decide to do something else for Multi Monday, I still want to like do this at least once a week. It's fun. It's fun as hell. Is there anyone we can raid tonight? It's kind of late. We can raid Desert. He's playing Xenoblade. What do we want our raid phrase to be? Of course, thank you for coming to the stream. I need to get a sleep. I need to go to sleep. Lemon eating whores. No, that was last stream. Glub glub. My kingdom for 11. I like that. Alright. Copy Joe's phrase. We print money. Actually, I do like we print money, because that references this stream. Okay. We print money. Let's go. Let's go say hi. Have a wonderful evening. Take care. I'll see you guys. When's my next stream? Wednesday. Goodbye.